Okay, welcome to the final video for the AP English Lit Qs. This one's Q1, the poetry essay question. So this one's a Q1. The example we have here is for a single analysis piece. That means there's only going to be one poem you're going to be required to analyze. It says, in the following poem by Caribbean writer Derek Walcott, the speaker recalls a childhood experience of visiting an elderly woman storyteller. Read the poem carefully, then in a well-developed essay discuss the speaker's recollection and analyze how Walcott uses poetic devices to convey the significance of the experience. So, obviously Q1 for essays, and then we've got a couple of important pieces that pop in. First, you're going to write a well-developed essay that discusses the speaker's recollection. So you're going to write an essay that's all about what the speaker remembers about this particular visit. And this experience and all with the elderly storyteller, and you're going to analyze how Walcott uses poetic devices to convey the significance of the experience. So the easiest way to approach this particular one would be to go through and annotate the storyteller experience, what happened within it, what was important, and then figure out what literary devices are used in different parts of that conversation. I mean, how does he start off the experience? Is it something that's very comforting? Is it something that's very concerning? Figure out exactly how he portrays the start of that process, and then what you'll do is you'll wind up moving over to where you're actually looking at how those devices not only portray the particular experience, but how they focus on the significance of it as well. This one's a crossover. Question 1. Each of the two poems, so we got two, so we're now going to work with two, is concerned with a young man at the age of 21, traditionally the age of adulthood. So these are going to be two poems that are going to focus on this level of maturity. Alright, you'll read it and then write an essay in which you must compare and contrast. So we're going to compare and contrast the poems, analyzing the poetic techniques such as point of view and tone that each writer uses to make his point about coming of age. So in this particular one, the trick of it is to figure out the lit devices that they share in common, and then group up the information for the paragraphs, and also that you can talk about the ways that they're similar or different at the exact same time, and at the same time not have to write too much more than you would have to otherwise. This is a little bit of a change and all from the techniques we work on in class. The techniques in class would work fine, but I think that several of you need a different structure to tackle this one. So, you must write a paper analyzing the assigned themes that exist within the poem or poems you've been assigned. It's not a plot summary. The structure hasn't changed, but the prompts have, which causes those to change the actual prompts structure themselves. For prompt 1, let's follow the old tried and true method. Your structure will be an argument, so how the one lit device and all impacted the particular discussion or focus of that particular storytelling event and its importance in the author's life. Some text evidence, how we know that that particular moment actually was of importance or how it impacted the author, why, and then repeat. Text evidence, how, why. You'll actually do this structure in two different paragraphs. So a paragraph of argument, text evidence, how, why, text evidence, how, why, followed by another paragraph of another argument, text evidence, how, why, text evidence, how, why. Again, same product that we've worked with before, but prompt 2 is where a lot of you have been having trouble, so we're going to rearrange this a little bit. Your structure will be easiest if you follow this method. First, start off with the argument of the topic sentence. What are you arguing? What particular device is being used to be able to portray the coming of age components in each of these poems? Then, text evidence from source 1 of the device being used. How is that device being used in order to suggest a coming of age component in here? Why is it being used in that way in this particular poem? Then evidence of the same device in play in source 2. How is it being used in this one? And you can include how it's different, how it's similar to the other one. And then why, justifications, reasonings can also be compared and contrasted. You'll then repeat this process on all for body paragraph 2, looking at a different device. If you do that, you'll cover the comparison contrast piece quite simply. Still write just a little bit more than you would in all for a Q2, perhaps, in a paragraph, but at the same time, you'll still come out with a solid response and good results. You're going to write a minimum of 2 fully developed paragraphs for these papers. Thorough means they'll be about a page in length, page and a half, perhaps even. and you must answer the question or you'll earn a 0. And that's pretty much all there is to writing a Q1.